there. This is Rabbi Beiner, Community Chaplain with Jewish Family and Career Services, with a Passover message. Ma nishtana halayla hazeh mikol halelot. I know you'll recognize that is the first question. Why is this night different from all other nights? This of the four questions at our Seder invites us to notice Passovers versus Chametz, maror, dipping and reclining. This year, though, I don't think the irony of this question will go unnoticed. In comparison to Passover last year, much will be different at our Seder tables. Number one, fewer people. In my household, we take seriously those words in the Haggadah, "Let all who are hungry come and eat," and typically host around 30 for Seder. I hope to be 6 at my table this year. Number two, electronics at the table, strictly forbidden in the Beiner household at any meal. This year, so many of us will share our Seder with loved ones over Zoom or some other medium. As the old Bell telephone ad for long-distance calling said, it's the next best thing to being there. Number three of the difference, a plague in real time. Do we add COVID-19 as the 11th plague? Enough said. I'll admit that it feels more than a bit surreal to be planning and preparing for Pesach this year, but I can't imagine not doing it. I recently asked a group of folks why the holiday is important to them, and I heard answers including, "That's when my whole family gets together. We can never take our freedom for granted. With Passover, we are connected to the entirety of the Jewish people around the world that celebrates." And my favorite answer, "That's when I make my favorite family recipes, just like my mother and my grandmother and my great-grandmother," and so on. Throughout the centuries, our people have celebrated Passover under more difficult circumstances than we face today. That we are still here is proof that the efforts of past generations have borne fruit. So in spite of all the ways our celebrations will be different this year, it'll be much the same in all these ways. Number one, Passover is holy time with sacred and familiar ritual. No matter what else is happening in the world, we mark our festive occasions. We'll read and sing from the Haggadah, drink 4 cups of wine, eat matzah, maror, haroseth, and sponge cake, search for the afikomen, open the door for Elijah, and wait for someone to get just a bit tipsy to say some inappropriate things about another relative who's not there. Number two, in how our Seders will be the same this year, we celebrate freedom. From the Haggadah we recite, "Now we are slaves, next year may we be free." We know the taste of liberation and recommit our efforts towards a world in which every person is free from oppression, from war, from hunger, and from strife. The third way our Seder will be the same, we conclude in the words of the Haggadah with hope. We say, "B'shana haba'ah b'Yerushalayim," next year in Jerusalem. And these words imply very simply, there will be a next year. Passover contains a message of hope for all of us. We recall the story of the Exodus, which begins with suffering, ending in liberation and joy. And that is our human story. Out of the bad comes the good, and out of a curse can come a blessing. We will get through this. We will emerge from this time with stories of heroism, of strength, and resilience, and we will be renewed. Chag Sameach, may you and all your dear ones be blessed with a happy and healthy Pesach.